You can't make a feature film on the DJI OSMO Pocket 3. It's like talking to a wall. You won't get a response. And yeah, thoughts are thoughts. But let me switch into the third person and tell my story. He was the kind of director to take no one's advice, much to his own advancement, but also his detriment. He also was never too confident in his own ideas, despite having enough righteous anger in him to pursue filmmaking. An only child, he spent a lot of time alone, in his imagination. He was a loud child. A teacher once told him to sit in the corner and face the wall. He started a conversation with the wall. "Hi, wall!" The classroom erupted into laughter. They were entertained. At the expense of himself, they were entertained. And he was given detention. With this framework, we can now try and understand why one would try and make a big screen film with a small screen camera. Career highlights as an independent filmmaker. Selected to screen at 80 international film festivals and counting. Was once called Australia's most prolific film director in Inside Film magazine in 2018. Has played A-list FIAPF accredited film festivals. Selected at Academy Award qualifying film festivals. Side note, has millions of views from short film content on various social media platforms. One should note, this was all done independently, grassroots and using mostly consumer gear, much to his advancement, but also to his detriment. In short, he wasn't opposed to making money, wasn't opposed to it, but really valued artistic expression. So now why a small camera for a big screen story? Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, Melbourne winter is just too cold. So I thought I'd come back and do the rest of this cinematic vlog at home because, yeah, I was freezing out there. Okay, switching back to the third person. He would learn all the skills to make films independently, from sound to visuals, even capturing Foley. He would string all this together through screenplays he would write, often on consumer gear, and very independently. He would use natural lighting, which would sometimes make him very angry when the sun would suddenly come out after setting the exposure at a certain level. But that was just part of the charm and what he had to put up with as an independent filmmaker working on a lower budget. He used this style and adapted it to all different kinds of situations to continue making films despite the limited resources and unfortunate circumstances. He would also shoot using a lot of actors and non-actors. This way, he would be able to come up with his own unique style, a style that not everyone else in Australia would employ or use. Many of his feature films were made between 5 and 7 days, a very quick production schedule. Many of his feature films would mix actors and non-actors. In many ways, this was like using short film production methodologies on feature films. This allowed one to continue their creative pursuits and have their creative freedom and make the kind of film that they wanted to make. Switching gears, one thing that I've noticed with a lot of first-time filmmakers or people in their emerging stage of their career is they don't always get good performances.
Tulong sa atin, tayong dalawa lang. Ikaw lang ang makakatulong sa daughter mo.
Okay.
Naintindihan mo? Okay!
Now, this is not just because getting a good performance is hard and casting is hard, but it's also partly because of the scheduling and time frame that lower budget films have to work with.
I asked my best friend to marry my wife so she can come to Australia. I was the best man, and my beloved's winning.
Now, shooting a film on the DJI OSMO Pocket 3 will put you in a very different position because of the short setup time that the camera actually has. I mean, if you think about it, you whip the camera out and you pretty much already have a stabilized shot. You just change the exposure and you go for good performance. You can work with actors and not actors, which is a technique that I like to use in my films, kind of like how the Safdie brothers use that technique, mixing and merging the two worlds to kind of make a doco-fiction, but really it's actually still narrative. The real world and the fictional world can come together. Now this is just one of the things that the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 is really good at. It's good at those short setup times. So if you want to reframe and you want to do something unique really quickly, well you just can in the moment. I don't know why I did that spin, and I don't know why I'm feeling this way, but I just felt like doing something a bit different. Spontaneity. Spontaneous filmmaking is a really unique position I've been able to be in because I haven't really listened to anyone's advice, but spontaneous filmmaking is what makes me happy. And I feel like the camera, this DJI Osmo Pocket 3, allows you to really do that. You want to do a tracking shot, you can do a tracking shot. You don't want to use a shot list, you don't need a shot list. During 2020 and 2021, when everything was going down the toilet and my life was too, I decided to make 2 full-length feature films on the streets of Melbourne. And the only reason I was able to do that was because I was open to the ideology of shooting in a really run-and-gun guerrilla style. Now, these 2 films ended up playing at major film festivals, and I don't know, my ideology might be different to some people's, maybe because some people really just maybe, I don't know if it's a class thing or a value thing or something along those lines, but I notice a lot of people are not open to the whole, I'm gonna go out and make a film. And at 10-bit 4K, for such a small camera, I think it's actually really good quality. I like slow cinema films by Lav Diaz and other directors who employ wide frame aesthetics to make a film. So when I make my film, I'm going to employ a lot of these static shots. And I think that the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 really works well for that. A lot of films that I like don't overlight everything. They use shadows and use a lot of these really interesting compositions. I don't know why everything nowadays is starting to look really overlit. It's like, I don't know, it's like this like, I want to show I'm shooting in 4K or something, but I really think that you can employ interesting framing, and if I want to reframe something, if I want to change it up, I can. I just do that. Like, that's what I do. That's who I am. And nothing in my life has been perfect, the same way my films are not perfect, and I'm okay with that. I mean, does this frame look bad? Yeah, probably. Probably. It probably looks bad, but maybe not. I don't know. But I'm willing to just keep reframing until something happens. And that's what I really like about this. You can reframe. If you don't want it to be on a tripod, you don't have to have it on a tripod. You just it's off the sorry, I don't know. I was just improvising that. So silly. But that ray of light just came out. Oh, that's nice. But see, sometimes that's what it takes to put yourself in a nice position. Maybe it is about the process, and maybe it is about practice, and maybe it's not about symmetrical frames and getting everything perfect. Maybe it's about the experience of doing until it works. But the DJI Osmo Pocket 3 allows for that improvisation, experimentation, and process. Trust me, I know, I'm nearly 50 episodes into doing these cinematic vlogs. So as I break the fourth wall for like the 40th time or whatever it is, I just want to say again, those are my reasons why I want to shoot a feature film on the DJI Osmo Pocket 3. I'm writing a feature, I'm trying to get it off the ground, I'm trying to make it happen, but winter is slowing me down, I'm not going to lie. But fortunately, I have this cinematic vlog to express my feelings, which is really great. And I just want to say a big thank you to everyone who's subscribing. It means a lot to me. And I think I'll end on that because, I don't know, I'm starting to feel a little bit on the, I don't know, I'm just getting a little bit funny. Okay, thanks so much and have a good one.